My name is Lauren, and I'm a big buddy and teacher with Achieve Miami. Today, I'll be reading a book for you called Penguins Can't Fly by Katherine and Sully. This book has an AR reading level of 2.5. Now, I love this book because it's about the most cutest, adorablest animals ever called penguins. I hope you like it too. Okay, now let's get started. Now, before we start reading, I want everybody to look at this picture. You know, this is probably one of the coolest pictures in the book because even without reading, I can tell that this story is about two different penguins. And if you look at their faces, it looks like they're happy. I don't know if they're brothers and sisters or if they're friends, but I know that this story is going to be very interesting and involve these two penguins. Okay, let's start. Penguins Can't Fly. Once there were two little penguin chicks. Their eggs had hatched on the same day and they knew each other's names, Quentin and Billy. When they were baby chicks, they played together. They played peekaboo and called each other silly names like Tintin and Chili Billy. Can you spot Quentin and Billy? As the young chicks grew up, their games changed. Billy liked playing hide and seek, but it was a bit rough for Quentin. Quentin liked building ice bricks, but it was too dull for Billy. They did, however, make a den together once. You see, the two little penguins were quite different. Quentin liked knowing things, like what all the fish were called, how many different types of snow there were, and best of all, how far away the stars were. Billy loved doing things like skating down steepy slopes, hurling snowballs, and doing belly flips on the ice. In fact, Billy was always getting in trouble. This was especially true at school. You see, Billy just couldn't sit still. He tried to be good, but he always ended up getting in trouble. "Sit still, Billy," his teacher was forever saying. "How are you ever going to look after an egg when you're older if you can't learn to sit still?" One particular morning, Billy fidgeted so much that the teacher scolded him again. At lunchtime, Quentin couldn't find Billy, so he ate his lunch alone. He was gazing at the clouds when some gulls flew past. "Hello," squawked one gull. "What are you looking at?" "I'm looking at the clouds," replied Quentin. "I think we're in for a snowstorm." "A snowstorm," squawked the gull. "Yes," said Quentin. "It's not good weather for birds." "How would you know?" asked the other gull. "You're not a real bird." "I am a real bird," said Quentin. "I have feathers and a beak, and I hatched from an egg." "Ah," squawked the gull, "but you can't fly, can you?" Now, right now, are the gulls being nice to Quentin? It seems like they're bullying him and calling him names and saying that he's not even a bird. Before Quentin can think of a reply, the gull has swooped down and stolen his lunch. That night, Quentin couldn't sleep. He went to sit on his favorite rock and gazed up at the sky. Through a tiny gap in the clouds, he could see some stars twinkling. "I'll never be able to reach you," he told the stars quietly, "because I'm a bird that can't fly." Then he heard the sound of a pebble being thrown into the water. "Who's there?" asked Quentin. "It's me, Billy," Billy replied. "Oh, you couldn't sleep either?" asked Quentin. "I'm going away," said Billy. "I'm fed up with getting in trouble." "I wouldn't do that if I were you," said Quentin. "I think we're in for a snowstorm." But there was no reply. Billy was gone. Quentin was right. The next day, There was the most terrific snowstorm. You could barely see your flipper in front of your eyes. Everyone huddled together for warmth. All day the wind howled and the snow fell. Look how much snow. Why do you think they're so close to each other? Maybe to keep warm. That's true because snow is very cold. That evening, Quentin heard a voice calling, "Billy, Billy!" It was Billy's mom. "Have you seen Billy?" No one knew where he could be, except for Quentin. Quentin set off right away. It was dark, but Quentin found his way by looking at the stars. At last he came to the den that he and Billy had built when they were chicks. "Billy, are you there?" asked Quentin. "Yes," shivered Billy. "Your mom's worried about you," said Quentin. "Is she?" asked Billy. "Okay, I'll come home." The two friends walked home together. "You were right about the snowstorm," said Billy. Quentin told Billy about the gulls. "Of course we're real birds," said Billy. "We just swim instead of fly." "I'm not sure I'll be able to swim," said Quentin. "Wait until we start swimming lessons," said Billy. "It's going to be great." Quentin didn't have to wait very long. That week at school, they practiced lining up, hopping, skimming, and twisting on the ice. Billy had a great time and didn't get in trouble once. In fact, the teacher said, "Well done, Billy," several times. Look at them having so much fun. When it was time to take their first dive, Quentin wasn't looking forward to it. "Don't worry," said Billy. "It's going to be great." Billy leapt into the water, making a huge splash. Quentin stood at the edge of the rock and gazed into the water. Just then, Billy shot back out of the water into the ice. "Wow, Tintin," he said. "You won't believe the amazing fish and weird stuff there is down there." "Really?" asked Quentin. "Yes, I don't know any of the names," said Billy. "But you will." "Oh, but I don't think I can," started Quentin. But it was too late. Billy took hold of his flipper and together they splashed into the sea. Quentin flew under the water. And Billy was right. What an amazing sight! Wow, they're both in the water. Do you know the name of these different fish? Wow, even more fish. The end. Wow, this was an amazing book. And you know, it didn't matter how different Quentin and Billy were. They were still best friends. Thank you so much for reading with me today. I hope you like Penguins Can't Fly as much as I do. I can't wait to see you guys again at the next Achieve Saturday. And now, I'm going to challenge my friends Alyssa and Jocelyn to be the next Achieve Miami Big Buddy readers. Can't wait to hear your stories.